Let's go. It seems the bigger you are, the faster time passes. Take the Earth, for example. It sat uninhabited for a little over 3 billion years before something in the water grew legs. 3 billion years to us is an unfathomable number, and yet the Earth remembers it all. There is a saying, the elements are the greatest of record keepers. They remember all the way back to when the world was born, and through sedimentary deposits, shifting air currents, all the very layers of the planet itself, they write their histories. The kind of scale by which we find ourselves surrounded is boggling. What is the point of a human anyway? Especially when you already have these other massive chemical megaliths of rock, gas, liquid, and fire capable of living billions of years lining the heavens, caught in a web. The web of the universe. Often I have considered us a mistake, the side effect of the end of a star, and a reaction between oxygen and carbon. The universe doesn't care about us or what we do, and as of yet, we do not know if there is anyone else out in that universe that would. But that is the point, isn't it? We are all that we have. What is the point of being a human unless you do things? At the end of the day, all that matters is what we make matter. What humans think and how we look at the world. Egotistical perhaps, but also practical. The bonds that we forge, the things that we have, the things we can hear, see, feel, taste, and so on, that's all we really know. People are alone in their own perceptions, never able to share on a wavelength deeper than language what we feel, or think, or see. Take color, for instance. We know what red means, but try to think up a way to describe it in words alone to a blind person. If you haven't experienced the color red, there is almost no way to explain it. We are alone. Alone in our cares, alone in our perceptions. But call it destiny, luck, or chance, humans long ago became self-aware, conscious, not only of the singular sensation of existing, but also of the presence of others. And ever since we have been trying best we can to build better ways of bridging the gap between those others. We devote ourselves to building these connections. Via friendships or Facebook, we try our best to connect ourselves. That is what we know to matter. That is all we have learned matters. Relationships, communication, learning. All of these things go in somehow to defining who we are and our quote-unquote place in the world. The one thing we can take away from life is connections, and more specifically, memories. And all of these together coagulate into a common string to build a person. Something capable of rational thought, communication, creativity, and so forth. A conscious being. I am 18. I have 18 years' worth of memories stored in the folds beneath my skull. I have loved, hated, but mostly laughed, and why shouldn't I? I am a human, after all. Not only am I imperfect, but I am a great conglomerate of all of those things I mentioned above. And each time I leave my confined little dorm room and venture out into the world of other human beings, I build more connections and more memories. I look at others and they look back at me, and we each judge each other in transit. They say that people watching is an art, but they also say that you are the most yourself when no one is watching. When you put up your head to look where you are going and move from place to place, that is where the two extremes meet. You are singular in a crowd of other people that you don't know. And when you become numb to the continuous exchange of reaction and judgment, you can fall into a passive representation of your character. You aren't really paying attention, and so you have very little care for the people who are. In these times, our isolation comes to the forefront. We allow ourselves a little break. Everything is passive. And on a walk to class, when things surprise you, how will you react? What will you take from this little excursion? Are these moments of excitement the most revealing in terms of character? Before there is connection to other people, there is only a consciousness of their existence. And when there is not a consciousness of their existence, there is only the great I. Identity. Something we can add to with experience, something we can show, and yet something that we may not even know to the fullest ourselves.